Welcome to Vegan Finds, where we're going to turn this into this Kartoffelpuffer und Weißkohl und Apfelsalat. So stick around, we'll show you how to make the potato pancakes in a flash. Okay, so tonight's main course, we are making Kartoffelpuffer, which is potato pancake. It's a classic German dish, and normally it's made with eggs and a little bit of flour, but since we are vegan and gluten-free, we're gonna mix it up just slightly bit different. It won't actually change the outcome of how the potato pancakes come out, but you'll be happy to know that no animals were harmed in the filming of this segment, or any of our segments for that matter, and no wheat was involved either. So, the first thing that we're going to do is we need to shred these things. Now, normally, I would do this on a box grater, but I got 2 pounds of potatoes here. I'm going to do about 1 pound of onions as well, and quite frankly, I don't have that much time or energy, so I'm going to use the food processor with the grating attachment. I'm going to blitz that up quick. And since I did say this is no measure Monday, I am actually going to measure something out just a little bit, and that would be the binding agent for our potato pancakes. So instead of eggs, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a quarter cup. Actually, I might do a half a cup of chickpea flour to half a cup of water. I'm going to add just a teaspoon of the Indian black salt. The name escapes me. Damn it. Anyway, I'll remember what the Kala Namak. That's it. Kala Namak. So if you have access to that, it's also called Indian black salt, even though it's pink in color. It adds an eggy flavor to something, so that's going to kind of mimic the egg in this batter that we're mixing up tonight. So stick around. I'll show you how it's done. Okay, so in my cup here I've got my chickpea flour, half a cup of chickpea flour, half a cup of water. This is going to be our egg. Depending on the potatoes and their absorbency, I may use all of it or I may not use all of it. I'll add it as I go along. Using a food processor works wonders on doing the onions and the potatoes. I'm going to show you what it looks like. I got some oil in the pan. It's not heating up just yet. I need to get some horseradish, which I'm going to add to this as well.
Lots of horseradish.
You heard that. Lots of horseradish, so I'm going to add lots of horseradish to this. Maybe a touch of mustard too. We'll see. So, I'm going to get out the pink salt. I'm going to add a teaspoon to this to give
That's too much.
Okay, she says that's too much. A half a teaspoon.
You don't need a lot of it.
Okay, so I'm going to just add...
Well, I would say 1/4 of a teaspoon because, honest to God,
Okay, she
you
says...
don't want it too eggy. Like,
Right. Okay, because
it'll overpower it.
Okay, so I'm going to add a 1/4 teaspoon right here, right now. Oh, yeah.
It's so eggy.
Yeah. It does create a very eggy smell to it.
And if that's not something...
Right, if you
You don't
want
want to overpower a dish.
if you want to play a prank on one of your friends, sprinkle some in their underwear drawer. It'll drive them nuts because it's going to smell like a giant fart. So, I'm draining the onions and the potatoes because they're very moist, and you want to get some of that out. You don't have to really wring it out, but you just don't want it sloppy. So I'm going to get the horseradish. I'll show you how to mix everything up together, and then we're going to start making these up. So we have our potatoes and onions, and you can see the potatoes are nicely shredded, look like a hash brown. I'm just going to mix this all up together with my hands, because quite honestly, you want to make sure that there's enough distribution of the onion through this. All right, now I'm going to add some horseradish. Dora said a lot, so I'm going to use whatever's left in this jar. And that may not be enough for her.
Nope.
I'm going to say this is probably about 3 tablespoons. If you could find fresh horseradish,
Better.
that would be way better than this. It's a little bit harder to deal with because you got to peel it, and then, you know, you could shred it, but we're just going to
But it's so much better.
add this. I'm just going to use my hands again. Get this from the bottom to the top. All right. Oh, there's a lot of potato in here. This is a lot of potato for 2 people. That's all I'm going to say. So now
Your mother's getting potato fucking pancakes then.
Hey, language. It's Kartoffelpuffer.
Whatever.
Okay, so we're going to add this. I'm actually going to add the whole thing. We're just going to stir it up. And different potatoes have different water content. I used Yukon Gold. They tend to, I think, be a little less juicy. I don't know. I can never tell. But again, for a crisper pancake, you're going to want to let it drain. And this is now set to go. I just want to get it going here. Doris is hungry, or I should say she's hangry. She's hangry. And you fellas know what that's like. All right, so now it's time to heat up our oil. Somebody's making a ruckus over there. We're going to set our oil to medium high to high temperature here. Get it hot. You may have to add more oil to the pan, and I will show you how to cook these up once the oil is ready to go. Sure, if your oil is hot enough, just take a little bit of potato. If it sizzles like that is, it's hot enough. So I'm just going to scoop out a bit here. Kind of flatten it out as you go along. Keep it together. Ow. Getting splatted. Now you're only going to want to do 2 or 3 at a time. So we're going to let these cook for a couple minutes, probably 3 to 4 minutes on each side. You want them golden brown on the bottom before you flip them. I'm just going to raise the heat just a little bit more, and I will show you what it looks like when they're ready to flip in a moment. Okay, Okay, so you can see I kind of flipped this one over a little bit too early. Just browning, but not quite fully browned. Let me try this one. That one's a little better. So I might have to do a secondary flip on this one. Now when you take them off, you're going to want to drain them on some paper towels. If you're doing a lot, pop them in the oven. Set the oven to 200. Put them on a baking tray. They'll be a baking sheet. They'll be fine. Okay, we're just about done frying up our potato pancakes here. So you can see they're nice and golden, crispy on the edges, which is just the way I like them. Not necessarily the way Doris likes them, but you know, I'm cooking. So needs more time on this side. We'll let it go. Give it a little squeeze down. Didn't have to add any additional oil. So I'm going to show you what the final plating is going to look like, and I'll be back in a flash of a pan. So here's the finished product. We've got our Kartoffelpuffer. You can add some sour cream to that, or applesauce. I like applesauce.
That's why you didn't buy sour cream.
That's why I didn't buy sour cream, because I don't like sour cream. I didn't even think about it, to be honest with you. But then somebody didn't remind me to buy it either. So shoot, the fault goes on both feet, not just mine. We got our Weißkohl und Apfelsalat. So Kartoffelpuffer and Weißkohl. Although, you know what? This isn't Weißkohl, because it's purple cabbage. I didn't specify to my mom that it was a purple cabbage. There might be a different word for that. So anyway, if you like these recipes, please click subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave a comment, give us a thumbs up, share with your friends, follow us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Instagram. We don't really do much on TikTok, but if you follow us, I promise you we'll do more. But we need at least one follower. So enjoy, be happy, be healthy, and stay safe. We'll be back tomorrow with another great Oktoberfest recipe.